There are some of you here today, you are so consumed with contrary information that your life is captured under demonic impressions, influences, and attacks. You know why? Because you spend most of your time reading nonsense. So when you come to God's house, it is difficult to connect to God. You see, in the week, you're on Facebook. You're reading absolutely rubbish. So you have filled your mind with nonsense. So that information is translating troubles. What you fill your mind with becomes what controls your future. What you spend your time doing in the week will reflect in the next few months of your life. You see, let me say this. Some of you don't know this. When you are living a life, okay, it is your life. You can decide to cut God off. You can decide to be rude. You can decide to shrink your mind. You can decide to take a position. But let me tell you something. Every position we take has a consequence. So don't forget that your decisions will result into what your future becomes. You know, pastors will always be the ones to suffer it. When people have messed up and they are about to die, and they'll be carried into church. Pastor John, pray. But this guy lived his life. He shut God off. Even in the house of God, his head is down. He doesn't care. But a time will come when he will need God, or when she will need God. Then he wants God to show up overnight. No, God is not your baby, your spare tire that you can use anytime you want. No, sir. A time will come when you will be before life and death. Then you will know the importance of God. Amen. There comes a time in a man's life that only God can save you, and no man, no doctor, no devil. And then when you call on him, he was not there, because in his house you didn't care. Before him, you are arrogant, as though you are something. With that God, you are what? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. The air you breathe belongs to him. Your kidneys belong to him. Your brains belong to him. The knowledge you think you have belongs to him. Somebody say fire. Come under the law of life. God is not asking for a portion of your life. He's asking for your whole life. What you do goes a long way to determine what happens in your life. Let me give you a picture. God is not going to force you. This is you right now. It's your life, it's your brain. You can decide to do what you want to do with your life. You know, sometimes when I listen to people and say, if God was there, why would this happen? No, God will never be involved until you get him involved. Period. It means that if God begins to get involved in your life without your permission, then he has broken the law of freedom of choice. The world is a function of freedom of choice. It is when you are out of this world that you are no longer in control. As long as you are in this world, this is your world. It is your world. So God will not impose himself on you. It's going to be a choice to let God in or not. Because sometimes we think that if somebody's born again, you know, God is in control of his life. No. God is in control of his spirit. But the constitution that controls his consciousness, decisions, and destiny is within his mind. And the outcome of your mind is your future. not your spirit. But if you let the spirit prevail in your mind and decisions, definitely the outcome will be glorious. Now, this is God, this is the world or the devil, and this is this man. These two are powerful realms of influence over this man. But the devil has no power until he allows him. God has no power on him until he allows him. That's what the word is all about. So the influence he allows results to his destiny. Nobody is neutral.